Right now in real estate, home sellers are losing most, if not all, of their power, because the power that sellers had over buyers for the past several years has always been the same. It has been a very short supply of inventory. When a home would come up in a desirable area, boom, it would get snatched up, oftentimes over asking price. And that was all at a time when prices were lower and people could actually afford to pay over asking price if they really desired the home. Well, now those days are completely finished, at least in 80% of the country right now. Sellers no longer have the upper hand as buyers are starting to push back against these higher prices because the affordability is gone, guys. And there's a few questions that you guys have asked me that I'm going to answer in this video regarding the housing market, how much people are paying for selling a house right now, as well as affordability challenges. So at the moment, any buyer who is willing to make an offer and actually purchase a house, these buyers are asking for lower prices. They're asking for mortgage rate buydowns. They're asking for closing costs and help with repairs, different things like that to get the deal done, which is smart. Use that power in your favor. And I think pretty much in every case, people should be making lowball offers, okay? If they're asking $500,000, offer them $400,000. I don't even know what the house is worth. It doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt to just take a shot. The worst that can happen is they can say no or come back with their ridiculous number, and then you decide if you want to try to play ball from there. But at least you'll get the conversation going, and you would be surprised because a lot of sellers are in desperate positions right now. That's the other thing. That's the other power that sellers have had over buyers over the past several years, is that sellers were in a good position. Nobody really needed to sell. They were just trying to cash in on the frenzy and make a sizable profit. But now more and more sellers are being squeezed by higher property taxes, higher insurance costs, maybe not even being able to get homeowners insurance in some cases. And a lot of sellers who are selling today are also people who bought 2 or 3 years ago at the height of the market and are finding it almost impossible to afford their purchase. So they're in a very desperate position and they need to get out of the house because they literally can't afford it anymore. So offering them significantly less than what they're asking is not a bad thing. It's better than zero offers coming in. It's up to them if they want to play ball or take the offer, but at least you tried. But we do have an affordability crisis in real estate right now. The median listing price as of July is $439,000, but the median household income only supports buying up to about $298,000. Okay? And that's with a 20% down payment, a 30-year mortgage at a 6.74% rate, which the rates are a little bit lower now. So maybe you can round that up to a little over a $300,000 purchase, maybe $315,000 tops for the median household income. But that's a pretty big difference between $315,000 of what the median household can afford versus the median listing price of $439,000. And today I'm walking in Mill Valley in a neighborhood called Tamalpais Valley. But this also means that 7 out of 10 buyers who would like to buy a home right now are priced out of this current housing market. So only 30% of working households that actually earn money can actually buy the homes that are sitting on the market for sale. And sellers are sitting there scratching their heads like, why is nobody looking at my house? Why is nobody making an offer? Why is nothing happening? Well, take a look at the stats I just told you. Only 30% of people in this country can even afford your house. So they have endless amount of options right now with over 1.1 million homes for sale, plus new construction. So existing home sales continue to crater. They're down an additional 1.3% year over year now, and inventory has increased for 21 straight months and is now up 25% year over year. The southern region, the south and the western regions of the country have seen the largest gains in inventory, and the Midwest and Northeast still face tight supply. They're about 40 to 50% below pre-pandemic inventory in many areas, but that it is starting to turn around in a lot of those places too. But for now, as inventory remains low, you're still going to see prices go up as long as there's that inventory shortage in those areas. So sellers pretty much have no choice right now. If you want to sell a house, you have to be cutting the price in most areas of the country. Like for example, in markets like Denver, Los Angeles, Chicago, Miami, Austin, all saw about a 5% decline in listing prices over the past few months. And homes are sitting on the market even longer despite these reductions. And you have two types of sellers right now. You have some that are getting with the program and understanding the reality of the situation is that they need to cut the price heavily if they want to get it sold. And the other types of sellers are kind of in denial of where the market is at. They either list it for sale at the same price for months, if not even over a year, or they just take the home off the market altogether and hope that if they try again in the spring, that magically it's going to be different next year. So to all of those unrealistic sellers out there, just ask yourself this question: is my home going to be more affordable to those 70% of people who cannot afford it right now in a few months from now, in let's say March of 2026? Do you think they are magically going to be able to afford your house in 6 months from now? Just be realistic. Because if the answer is no, and you do want to sell or need to sell, then the logical thing to do is to just lower the price now and sell it now. Why wait until later and go through the whole same song and dance again?